So now McEwan, Zavjalova, match 2. This should be fantastic bowling. McEwan gets started left lane with success.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Latvia, Zavjalova.
Four titles, 2 of which are queens. Wins the tiara and the major. But she said it was last night. Would mean everything to win the U.S. Women's Open. The crown jewel of the majors. On the PWBA Tour schedule, look out, that is tough. 2-10 split.
Diana's playing further right than Danielle. She's outside of the track of where Danielle has been. This is where most of the women scored all week long. You can see she's up about 6, 7, all the way to about board 5, just hovering. Now right here is the 45-foot mark before it has 15 feet towards the pocket. So the pattern's only 41 feet. You can see it's playing a lot longer than what it is. She leaves at 2-10, and let me say, this became a very common spare this week on this pattern.
Tough conversion. Trying to kick it across the deck with a 10-pin there, Kel, but comes up short. Early open. As we like to say on our broadcast, if you're going to have an open, have it early in the first frame. Gives you plenty of time to rebound and get back in the match.
Exactly.
But still, that's got to be a little rattling right out of the gate.
Well, she got to practice off to the side on the warm-up pair. Comes over when there's already been 2 games, 1 match bowled on this pair. It's slightly different. She might need a frame or 2 just to get comfortable and lock into the line that she needs to play.
Okay, so she adjusts left lane. That's a lot better. Crunches 10 to the pit with perfection there. 60 feet to success for Diana. Wow.
A little bit closer to the head pin. Where on the other lane, she was about 6, 7. That one looked like she was around 8, 9-ish.
Any player rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. McEwan crossing over, coming in high, baby split, 3-10.
Yeah, her footwork got a little fast there, accelerated at the bottom of the swing. Hands started to rotate early and missed inside her target. Baby split, 3-10. Watch, her first step got large. Now Danielle has been combating a toe injury from last year that we saw. You can see this is just left inside her hand. 10, doesn't quite get out to that 7, 8 marker. Kind of beamed it towards the 3-pin, broke late, leaves the baby split.
Which she covers nicely. Big spare.
We talked about the toe injury and how it's still not 100%. The sneakers made it better. She's able to push off her power step a lot more and, again, post and stay in that balanced position. Watching her bowl the previous week, she was kind of shuffling or sliding her first step forward on the 5-step approach. Talked to her about walking a little bit more heel toe, made the steps shorter and smaller. She's been fairly solid ever since, obviously, making the show tonight.
So the breakdown, left lane, right lane, into her second match. Good ball reaction there, just enough.
Look at Danielle's footwork. There's first step's a little large. The first 3 are very, very similar, all about the same size. Her 4-step is very large and kind of up the side. But again, she's been tracking around that zone, and my yellow marker is perfect, showing it extend right to that 1-3 pocket.
Zavjalova get some help.
Diana Davis, she's been on a roll really since the end of last season. 2022, she came off so many telecasts, not walking away with the win that she wanted and the victory. This one, 6 to about 5. Swisher strike. I don't even know what pin came off from the left side to kick out the 10 pin itself. But she has been that fierce competitor all week long on this pattern, and really looking, coming off the show last week in Cleveland and now again in the majors.
Also Shannon O'Keefe, Great Lakes Classic. And then Lindsey Boomershine in Cleveland last week. A little high there. 3-pin stand. 6, 9, 10 coming up next. Join the women of We Need to Talk as they sound off on top sports topics from coast to coast right here on CBS Sports Network. Then I mentioned with CDB, Kel, she was married in March, went to Bora Bora for the honeymoon and the wedding. Have you ever been? She said it was like a dream there.
I have never been to Bora Bora.
It's on my list. It sounds incredible.
I need a bigger bucket for Bora Bora.
Got it. Covers. Well done there. A long journey for Diana back to TV. Lost her grandmother back in Latvia during COVID and really battled mental health issues. It was to a point she needed a lot of help, and she got it. And she is rock solid now. Best she's felt in a long time, she said last night. Back to her old self. It's great. McEwan avoids a split. That's good news. 4-pin stands.
Yeah, it was slightly, and I'm slightly inside, but her ball speed was much firmer. Was able to freeze the ball and keep it online a little bit longer. Leaves the 4-pin spare. Can see that one's up the lane a little bit more. Even faster off her hand. Just leaves the 4-pin to convert.
No problem there. Long grind of a season. Kelly, you know, you competed this year on tour. And Danielle said to us last night that she went home to New York State between her events to practice because she wasn't satisfied on a week-to-week basis with how she was performing.
She is one of the hardest working women out here. She travels a lot, extensively, heavily for PBA events, women's events, Team USA competitions, appearances along the way. And she finds solace in going home, being with her family, and being in her own environment.
Close match 2, big strike from McEwan in the 5th. Diana works on a spare.
Now, I've witnessed Diana's routine, and it's a bit longer than what it is on the telecast. The women do have a 25-second shot clock. Their approach must be initiated before the clock runs out, but normally Diana has a lot more prep time before she takes her initial approach.
Right lane. 4-pin this time for Zavjalova. And she said, Kelly, to us last night, winning the Queens twice, that's awesome. Big career accolades, but winning this event, the green jacket, means so much to her.
Well,
why is it so significant?
It's the most prestigious event in any sport. Like the golf just took place this week, winning after a 10-year drought the coveted green jacket in the U.S. Open title. The men's senior PBA U.S. Open just concluded last night. Troy Lint out of Pennsylvania won the coveted title, beating Parker Bone in the championship match, I believe. And now Diana is trying to work her way up the stepladder against Danielle to get to that same position, and having that U.S. Open title within your career, under your resume, and another accolade. Maybe she's wearing the green shirt. It gives her the omen for that green jacket.
Husband EJ right behind, rooting her on here, front row. Left lane, another big shot comes in high. And the 3-6-10 stand here for Diana.
That was a little bit in her timing. Every now and then in Diana's swing, she has a little hitch where her body's going forward, the ball is still going up just slightly for a split second. And she pulls down from the top of the swing and misses inward. High on the head pin. Fortunate just to leave the 3-6-10.
Covers, has the spare, has the mark here. Kelly halfway through match number 2. Great finish to come here in Rochester.
I can't say enough great things about the staff here at ABC Gates Bowl. Mike, Molly, the staff, everyone that helped out, supplied us with snacks and water along the way. Above and beyond, thank you to everybody.
McEwan by 8 pins. Looking for help there. Doesn't quite hit the pocket where she wanted. And a 10-pin stand, so a chance to go up by 18. Keeps things interesting.
It's just enough with that extension down lane of that ice oil. It just pushes the ball a little bit more, and the ball comes in at a sharp angle, wrapping the 6-pin around the 10-pin.
Cross lane, 10-pin, got that. Anyway.
I met Rachel during the week. I haven't met Ross. Danielle has a green one that is apparently named Ross. Rachel and Ross.
Rachel and Ross, understood. But got a target, and Victoria is using that. Get through this tough moment, a lot of pressure. And watching her big sister strike there. What a first season it was for Victoria at Vanderbilt. There's Alyssa Ballard as well. Carolyn's fantastic daughter. NCAA champs at Vandy in year 1. How about that?
Every shot has just been won exactly over the previous one.
And Diana said to us last night she'd give herself an A for the season. Been a great year. It's a lot of top 10s.
Well, Diana and Brianna both had the best match play record. They went 18-6 in match play. 30 pins bonus for each win.
Strike there. Let's go to Carolyn. Congrats, by the way, Carolyn, on the national championship for your daughter. That amazing, right?
Thank you. I did nothing there except to watch. So, yes, thank you very much, Dave. So, Danielle had the left lane a little bit earlier, as do all the other ladies. I think they kind of followed her lead. The right lane, if they get the ball just a little bit to the right, it just wasn't recovering. It wasn't reading that, kind of like how Kelly described, the speed bump there in the middle part of the lane. Now, what Diana did was not hit the head pin in her practice shots on the right lane. So what she opted to do was move a little bit further right and keep that ball just a little more direct.
Good advice there, Carolyn. That's exactly what she's been doing. She's been playing the left lane more around the track zone, which is 9, 10, 11 area, those 3 white boards. Kind of tracing over those, very, very similar to Danielle. You see the ball just does not slow down, continues to go, and just waves as it goes right past the 9-pin. And on the right lane, if she didn't get lined up, she's playing to the outside, hoping the ball along the length of the pattern, going a little bit more right to left, will get it to change direction sooner and make it way toward the 1-3 pocket.
Somehow the 9-pin stood there defying the laws of physics on the left lane. It keeps things very close. 8-pin lead for Danielle, working on strike into the 8th frame. Cote is next. McEwan delivers. Big strike, right lane, widens the gap to an 18-pin advantage. Sounds like Clyde Frazier a little bit.
Huh.
Ex-legend. We're in New York. That works.
Yeah.
Foundation frame, McEwan. That looked good off her hand. Great shot.
That's a swish right there.
Wow.
3 in a row for Danielle.
Shrapnel in the pit. Those pins, Kelly had no chance.
None whatsoever. Look at the focus in her eyes. Everything is leveraged. Great knee bend. Post the shot. Left arm is nice and calm. She's hovering around the 8-9, 9-10 board, down at about 43 to 45 feet. She knew it off her hand.
Big Turkey, 28-pin lead. The time is now for Diana. She has got to respond. Right lane. Does so. Good shot. To stay in contention.
Yeah, and both the women are tackling somewhat similar, but Diana's rotation, she's about 81 degrees of axis rotation, you know, so it's like staring back at her, which makes the ball want to go even further down the lane. So Danielle's been on the inside. Diana's got a little bit similar to what Liz Johnson was doing, but further right outside of the lane. And you can see the ball just go immediately towards the 8-pin. Strong asymmetric bowling ball, pin down, slow pin buffer. Really rolls it heavily off her hand. trying to freeze it and trap it in front of her.
Into the 10th. Has to keep striking. Looking for help across the deck, and somehow 10-pin avoids the messenger. Inching Danielle closer to the win.
That was an excellent shot by Dan. The head pin comes off the wall, side wall. Watch it go all the way left, comes back across, but the gravity takes it straight across. 192 if Diana strikes out. Danielle just needs a couple pins in the 10th frame, and she will go on to meet Brianna Cote.
Good shot there. Zavjalova, a lot to be proud of. And this
She has.
run to the show, which is so challenging, as we documented.
I recall when Diana made the U.S. Open show in Rohnert Park, she, I think, shot like about a 192 or 196 on television. She did not miss the pocket, just did not find the right carry, the right ball roll through the pins, and it was unfortunate. Tonight she bowled great. She bowled great all week long. Again, the best match play record, tied with Brianna Cote at 18-6. But Danielle is just a machine. She stays behind the foul line. She's got a ball change coming up here. Just to give her some information, she will move on to the semifinal match.
Just 5 for the win. Gets 10, gets the victory. And McEwan climbs the ladder again. Brianna Cote next.